Hey everybody, this is the Aggressively Medium podcast with Lee and Josh.
Episode 21.
21.
It's good to be back.
We're legal drinking age now.
If weeks were years,
weeks
and
were
the
years.
podcast was a person.
We can drink.
Yep.
We have drank as a
Water.
podcast before.
Yeah, as a podcast.
As a podcast.
We've had to come pick the podcast up from a bar. From the drunk tank.
Yeah. Well, if you'd have listened last week, you would have heard a story about that too. But
Which one? Riley?
yeah, with me and Riley,
What'd y'all do?
we went to. You'll have to listen to the podcast.
Nah. Nah. I don't even listen to mine, much less somebody else's.
Well, I figured, and that we talked about
I
that
know,
last
I heard
week.
that part.
Okay.
I listened to the first 8 minutes
All right.
as I was getting my car washed.
Yeah. Well, it's good to be back.
Yeah.
good to have
Episode
you
21. I'm glad I got my pillows.
Yeah.
Everybody talks about.
Yeah. Pillows are Lee's best friend, apparently.
They made me feel safe. This isn't my home.
Practically is.
I mean,
You're probably here just as much as you are your house
not as much, but if I had to pick somebody else's house, like a second place,
to live.
no, the amount of time I've spent
Oh, okay.
at somebody's
Gotcha.
house.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is it.
Well,
You got your monster,
got my
got
monster.
your poison.
Got to drink it.
I'm trying to do a little better.
I can't find my. Yeah.
I don't have a Mountain Dew out here anymore.
Well, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Was it because we made fun of you last week?
Did y'all make fun of my Mountain Dew?
Who knows? So we have had a steady influx of viewers.
It's been going up. We
It's
thank
been
you.
going up.
Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank you.
We really appreciate it. One thing that we try and talk about every week is we
I
have
know
a
you're giddy
voicemail.
about this. You're so happy.
What, that we finally somebody said something?
Yeah.
So, well, I'm going to do this up top. So, if you're listening and you don't know, you can text a video
Or text
of your submission
of words.
or text of words, or you can leave a voicemail at 205-523-5934 and we'll talk about it. And
Is that in our bio?
yeah, it's in our bio
good.
on
Cool.
Instagram. But this week we had our first call in
That wasn't a butt dial.
that wasn't a butt dial and that we could actually understand.
And
what they were
just
saying.
know, if you text us something, anything, or leave a voicemail, we're gonna talk about it. So you will get airtime.
Yeah. Whether you like us or whether you don't,
Yep, we'll
we're going
talk
to talk
about it.
about it. We also had another review. We haven't talked about that yet. Colin Spradley.
Oh, Colin.
Yeah.
I love that. dude.
He commented and said what a good job we were doing and
Aw.
how much more manly we are than him. So
Obviously,
yeah, obviously
didn't need to be said.
didn't need to be said.
But thank you. Appreciate it,
Yeah,
Colin.
but like seriously, thanks everybody for listening. Thanks
Yeah.
everybody for watching.
The views are what keep this thing going. Honestly,
yeah. If it wasn't, if
If
nobody
nobody's
was
listening,
watching,
we turn the camera off and
absolutely, we would just come hang out once a week and talk.
we just tell our wives like, yeah, we're still shooting the podcast. You just don't turn it
Yeah.
on. We
Yeah.
just sit here like y'all don't use those lights anymore and stuff.
We got
It'd look better without them.
plenty of light in there.
So that the light's not blinking on the camera. It's on.
It's on. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
It's a new camera.
Look, it's technology. You don't need to concern
Yeah.
yourself with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
The guy that left the voicemail.
guy that left us a voicemail is a buddy of ours,
Yeah.
Matt Kirkpatrick.
Yep.
And so we're gonna play. We had to edit it a little bit because of all the profanity.
Yeah. And all the really vulgar.
Yeah, all the really vulgar. No, it was a long. It was a long.
He had a lot
voicemail.
to say.
Yeah, which was great.
Yeah.
We loved it.
Bring it on.
Uh,
He's an avid fan.
Yeah, but we would have had to, cut out about 10 minutes worth of the podcast just to listen to the
To
voicemail.
keep it, yeah.
But so we'll play it now.
Yeah. Hold on, before we play it,
Uh-huh.
because we've already listened to it and we know what we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
Kirk, you're great.
We love you.
Man. We cleaned pools together.
I didn't.
Well, me and you cleaned pools together. We went to church. Got to look at how handsome he was.
Yeah.
And now he's up in the Shoals area.
Yeah.
Muscle Shoals.
Crushing it.
Yeah. We're in Alabama. Tuscaloosa is Midwest Alabama.
He's straight up from us.
He's Northwest Alabama now.
Yeah, so he's straight up.
Yeah.
Draw a straight line, you'll probably get there.
in about 3 hours.
Yeah.
2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah. But anyway.
Anyway, now let's make fun of his voice.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Matt Kirkpatrick, long-time listener, first-time caller. Big fan of you guys. Been following you since day one. Proud of y'all. I watched the most recent episode. I got some comments, some rebuttals, if you will.
Which this would have been 2 episodes ago now.
Lee brought up the Vikings show and how they had love stories. Can we remind Lee that that's human nature? Vikings also were humans, and they had sex, and they courted women in between their barbarian. That's what, like Lee, you can't separate those two things. Lee to me displays toxic masculinity, and I'm not
So I
okay
got
with
my
that.
one thing I'm going to talk about.
I'm just playing, but Lee, come on, man, that's part of life. I get what you're saying, and you just want to see the Vikings, but they wouldn't be a race if they didn't have sex and court women and have sex with women. So, Lee, that made no sense, but I appreciate your passion. Let's see, what else do you guys talk about?
At least he's positive about it.
Losing an argument with your wife, yeah, it's pretty tough. I do my best not to do that, even though I'm pretty much over in that category.
Aren't we all?
A couple observations as a YouTube viewer. I get to actually see you guys. I love the fact that Lee, in every episode, has a pillow that he clutches
This is for him.
like it's a little child's blankie. That blesses my soul every time I see it.
He's blessed now.
One day, if you guys hit it big, I feel like there's going to be like a fan of people for Lee who like carry around a pillow.
I'm
Like
sure.
that's just like Lee's sidekick.
Be weird.
And Josh, I love that ever since I've known you, and even now, you drink a Monster Rehab every day, probably multiple times a day. It's literally insane. They should sponsor you. Every episode, you need to fight for that sponsorship. I love it. One thing I want to address, Christian movies. Now listen, no one's showing up to a Christian movie because they want to see an Oscar. Listen, Facing the Giants, say what you will, when he had that guy bear crawl the entire length of the football field with the blindfold and prove to him the fighting spirit that he had within him, and when he said, "Look up, Brock, you're in the end zone," don't downplay like that. Don't downplay that like that was nothing. That was cinematic beauty. I also, Facing the Giants, I went on my first date and took a girl to see that movie because that's who I was in high school. Put my arm around her about 48 minutes into the movie, and we never became boyfriend or girlfriend. So
Understandable.
that worked out.
Obviously.
But listen, Christian movies, Christian music, you can't base it off the same. Nobody in Hollywood is ever going to put the best actors into those movies because it cuts down too much of a genre. There's too many people. They're trying to make money, so there's no way Christian movies are ever going to live up to and get the best actors like mainstream movies, because Christian movies have to be very obvious and biased and narrow in the message they're saying. So, but Facing the Giants, I don't care who you are, that was a good movie. When Brock made it to the end zone, and whenever they got into the state championship game off a technicality, and then whenever the kid made the kick off the bench, listen, that's as good as it gets, bud. But yeah, love Lee's pillow, Josh Monster Rehab. It's probably going to be the death of you one day.
Yep.
Christian movies, not so bad. You just can't judge them with the same criteria as regular movies. But see you guys.
So, first voicemail.
First voicemail. Good one.
Yeah, it was a good one. You know, talk about the Vikings a little bit? Or?
Yeah. I don't know what podcast he was listening to, but I didn't disparage the romance. I disparaged like the scheming and the backstabbing and the
You talked about the love stories.
well, not okay, but not necessarily like the main dude and his wife. I wasn't talking about that.
Yeah.
I was talking about that. I even said it, that woman who lost her power and then went around making up stories behind everybody's back to get everybody to fight each other.
That's
Just
not what you wanted.
just do Viking stuff. This isn't a rom-com. This isn't a soap opera. Them Vikings, I mean, who knows? But
Well, so the Monster Energy thing, rehab.
Yeah.
that is my
you're
drink
gonna
of choice.
need rehab from them.
This is Monster. If you're listening and watching, this is what I want sent to my house in a case, and it'll take me about a month probably to go through a case,
If that.
a 6-pack. I drink them on this podcast, and that's about it. There's like one or two other times during the month, but mainly just the podcast. I used to drink them like they were going out of style, like they wasn't going to make them no more. So I love that Kirk remembers that.
That's so gross. All right, these are hot.
The pillows are
Yeah,
hot.
I have a pillow in front of me because I'm not
3 pillows.
well, right now 3 for Kirk because I wanted to make sure he saw that I had the pillows that I clutch like a baby. Apparently, I have a baby. I watch her all the time. She must have rubbed off on me,
Yeah.
or I'm not at my fighting weight right now.
You're not
So
at
I
your
like the-
fighting
yeah.
weight.
And the camera's straight ahead. It's a bad angle.
You're not at your fighting weight?
Yeah.
What's your fighting weight?
I don't know, not this. So I'm a little self-conscious on video.
Okay.
This is like dude makeup, belly makeup,
Yeah.
but I gotta get them off of me. It's hot.
Well, and so the thing with Facing the Giants, look, it's the acting. I can't get past the bad acting.
Yeah.
I just can't. And honestly, I don't care if they got Tom Cruise to play James in a movie. I would still watch
Just
it.
James.
Yeah, James, like the 12th disciple.
Oh,
one of the 12 disciples.
one of the 12. Yeah.
Yeah, if they made a movie about James and they cast Tom Cruise, I have no qualms about whatever else he does in his life. If it creates a good movie,
Yeah.
that was kind of like the what was it, Noah, where it was. I enjoyed that movie.
Anthony Hopkins was in it, wasn't he?
I think so.
He was like the old
He was the
guy
old
against
like
the whole thing.
Methuselah.
He was Methuselah, which
Yeah.
none of that's That's not.
No,
timeline
but it was
accurate. But yeah.
Well,
that's fine.
and you're going off of like 6 verses of scripture or something like that. Like the Noah story.
Noah's
is,
a little more than that.
but
It's
it's
got a couple
not-
of chapters.
It's not long.
Noah doesn't have a book.
Yeah, and it's
He's
not
just
it's not a
in-
long story, and so they were like they took some liberties, but you know what happened after that? There was an influx of people that Googled the
Noah's
story of Noah
and
yeah.
read it out of the Bible.
Yeah, exactly, and so I'm okay with
Hopefully
that.
they
Honestly,
didn't get to the after part where Noah ashamed his family by running around naked and drunk.
yeah, that's just like a Thursday night at my house. so-
True.
just kidding.
But yeah,
So, but with the Remember the Titans or whatever it was,
Facing the Giants.
Facing the Giants.
Remember the Titans was great.
Yeah, and so
Had good actors in it.
with Facing the
That's what we
Giants,
said. Yeah.
Kirk says he
Took a date
took a date,
and specifically explain the scene where
Yeah.
has that Brock
yeah,
has that kid on his back and he's blindfolded and the coach is yelling at him to bear crawl to the 20-yard line.
and that's the exact moment. Kirk also says at that date,
At 48 minutes, he put his
puts
arm around his
the girl.
girlfriend.
And that is the clip
Yeah.
where Brock is doing that.
We looked it up.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to make sure. And you want me to pull it up?
Yeah. Just to like, so that you know, like,
So we're right before 48 minutes right here.
yeah, that's 40,
So this
47,
is-
46 or something
Yeah.
like that.
So this is the moment. This is the scene where Brock is carrying the kid and they're
All right.
yelling and hollering.
give me a look when it hits 48.
And then it's literally at 47 minutes and it goes through 48. And so Kirk brought up a specific scene and then a specific minute marker in the movie where he put his arm around his girlfriend and it synced up perfectly for him to look like a doofus.
Yeah. So just give me a nod.
Keep moving, Brock. That's it. That's it. That's it. Keep going. I want everything you got. Come on, keep going. It hurts. Don't flip.
That was 48.
So Kirk puts his arm around the girl.
At the exact second in the movie,
Some guy goes,
this
"It hurts."
This goof said, "It hurts."
So this is what
He had his arm around this
Yeah.
girl.
Hey, keep going. I know I heard you. Keep going. You keep going.
just the most intimate moment in the movie.
You keep going, Brock. Come on.
Which when did this movie come out?
It burns.
It burns.
I bet it does, Kirk. 06.
06.
06.
Yeah, so we would have been
That's
17.
14 years ago.
We would have been 17 years old.
Wow.
So I mean, I get, you're in a movie theater.
it can hurt.
It can hurt, especially when you get rejected right after this
Yeah.
because you put your arm around a girl.
I know if you put your arm around me while some kid's yelling it hurts, we're probably not going on date number 2.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But,
Yep.
so
Kirk, I don't know if you know it, but it all lined up
yeah, it was perfect.
to be really funny.
Yeah. And we appreciate your voicemail.
Yeah, absolutely.
We appreciate any voicemails.
Yeah, bring them on.
Anybody
Voicemails, text. We'll talk
Yeah.
about whatever you want to talk about.
If you've got a topic you want us to talk about, bring it up. If we don't know anything about it, we'll research it and then get
Maybe
back on
research it.
Maybe.
Yeah, we'll do our best.
Yeah.
But you've known Kirk a lot longer than I have.
Yeah. I've known Kurt probably since 2011.
11.
Yeah. Somewhere around there.
And I met y'all in like 14,
14, 15, somewhere around there.
somewhere around there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because y'all did,
I was 21 when I met Kirk. So that was 10 years ago.
it was 10 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not 30 years ago, 10
Yeah.
years
And
ago.
we met during, we were in a college ministry called Unashamed.
Mm-hmm.
And it was not a church run college ministry, which was different from a lot of
rules.
no rules. It was literally I've told people this before. It was the Wild West of ministry. It was just like, can we do this? Oh,
Nobody older than us saying no.
yeah, nobody's saying that's probably not a good idea.
They would have Monster energy drinks coming out of the sprinklers up top.
Yep.
Bunch of afflicted shirts,
So
glittery.
no,
Yeah.
that was different. That was another ministry
That
had
was y'all's
going on.
branch.
But that was not us.
But your
That
people.
wasn't us. I've never in my life worn an affliction
Well,
shirt.
you wouldn't. Some probably did.
Well, something.
Well, but
Anyways,
from that group, y'all came and crashed Church of the Highlands in like 2014.
oh, you mean we joined the church?
Yeah,
That's what
y'all-
you mean.
y'all
We
came
crashed
in-
the church.
y'all came in.
Every new visitor crashes the church.
Nope. Y'all came in like you owned the place. And I didn't like it.
In what what way did we act like we own the place? We started worshiping.
No, y'all all knew Bubba.
Well, yeah, he was a part of Unashamed.
I know.
Okay,
Look, we were in
okay.
2014. This is 6 years ago.
Okay.
I didn't like y'all. Y'all came in and disrupted everything. At first, I didn't know any
Okay.
of you.
Yeah.
And I don't know how we met. You were always silly. But
It was like a tear down or setup, I'm sure, or something like
yeah,
that.
y'all were trying to impress people. Like,
We
look,
were
we're
helping.
here. We're going to help.
We were helping.
Yeah, look
What
at
else
us.
do you want out of a
Look
new
at
member in a
us.
church who is
I'm just saying.
theologically sound?
I said 6 years ago,
Uh-huh.
I didn't like y'all.
Okay.
Now I like every one of them.
Honestly, when I first
I don't really. I didn't,
when I went to college, my freshman year, my roommate, who I absolutely hated, went to Unashamed. He wasn't a part of the core or anything like that. He just attended. And so I thought everybody who was like him was going to be there. And I was like, if that's those people, I don't want anything to do with them. And then when I was working for Daystar, and then they started doing their services at Daystar, I was like, pretty much told you have to be there to make sure they don't mess any of our equipment up.
yeah.
And then so
You were a babysitter.
I was essentially a babysitter and then ran like the media side of things. But then really, I mean, some of my best friends.
Oh, great guys came out of there.
Yeah. Best friends
Yeah.
still today. I mean, arguably, if I wouldn't have done Unashamed, I probably wouldn't have met you because I wouldn't have been hooked up with those
To
guys.
go to Highlands.
Go to Highlands.
It all
So,
works itself out.
yeah. But I mean, I thought they were a bunch of douches too. So
At first.
you got to throw the muse up.
Ugh.
I never did
Gosh.
that. Not even once in
I
a
don't
service or
believe that at
anything
all.
like that.
But Kurt helped me get a job right out of college
Cleaning
cleaning
pools.
swimming holes. And it was cool. We worked together for a while.
Yeah. That was arguably the best job for all of y'all.
for the
as far as your
times
work
thing-
schedule.
Yeah. Yeah. We can't talk about it too much.
Why? Y'all go sit and eat lunch for 3 hours.
That's so funny because I was about to say that. Me and Kirk got busted
Yeah, at Milo's.
because it was brand new. Milo's had just opened, and me and Kirk on a Wednesday met at Milo's for lunch and ate there and stayed there a little long. And some customer of the pool store called our boss and said, hey, the two of your work trucks have been sitting at Milo's for like 2 hours. Hey, woman.
This ain't
What?
none of your business.
Hey, go live your life.
Look, I'm trying to run this clock up so I can get paid without doing anything.
I didn't
and
say
you
that.
need to shut your mouth, old lady.
I
That's
didn't say
essentially
that,
what was said.
But go about your own business.
Yeah.
You ain't got nothing better to do. Just scope out Milo's parking lot. We
Well-
were there a while, but Kirk, that was funny
Wasn't
because we
there-
got in
so
trouble for that
The waterworks trucks were wrapped.
with a bunch of stuff on them.
Yeah. And
They were extremely distinguishable.
yeah. And at one point, there was the thought of wrapping the truck and then having you guys' faces on the truck.
Oh, I don't remember that.
That might have been after-
I'm glad that didn't happen.
That might have been after.
So we had 3 of them. They're brand new Rams.
Yeah.
Oh, they were so nice. And we had 3 of them. Our boss wrapped all 3 of them with the logo and then pictures of like kids swimming.
Yeah.
Real smiley, just jovial. And the 2 other trucks had like nice looking families on them. Everybody's having a good time. I had the 2 gangliest looking little girls on my truck, butt
Yeah.
toothed. And just, it was probably an above ground pool that they took the pictures from. But
Because it's a different kind of people that have above ground pools.
it is what it is.
Like
yeah,
me
they're-
growing up.
sure.
We had an above ground
I'm
pool.
sure you did. And I'd have been in it.
And we
too.
had
It'd
a
been
we had a
fun.
4-wheeler that we rode around it and made a little dirt track around
Nice.
it. So then
Even
the pool
better.
was always just
Even
dusty
better.
and dirty, and
Yeah.
we didn't have to clean it. So Dad cleaned it.
Yeah.
Not worried about it.
People that have above ground pools don't really eat out a lot. I'm just trying to segue into the next thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
But nowadays, a lot of more people eat out.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of new restaurants
Yeah.
around town.
Mhm.
And I'll let you take it from there.
Oh, I was gonna let you keep going.
I can't keep going. My personal qualms won't let me continue with this conversation.
I'll say this: me and my wife have been to 2 new restaurants in town in the past week. One of which was
Fantastic.
Who's Q and Brew, which is cool atmosphere, great food. I mean,
It's a second location from the original Who's Q.
Yeah,
Which
and the
I would eat
food-
there
Yeah.
7 days a week.
and this is one of the points that I have for the second restaurant is when I eat at Who's Q and Brew, and I got their chicken tenders, which are inarguably the best chicken tenders in Tuscaloosa.
By far.
When I ate them at the second restaurant, they tasted exactly like the first,
Like they're supposed to.
like they're supposed to. So consistency was there. It was a different vibe, but it was a cool vibe. They had, there's a bar there, all that stuff. But then I got really disappointed today.
Today. Y'all
Today.
had it today. It's
We
fresh
ate it
on your mind
today.
and your tongue.
Yeah, and my acid reflux is fresh on my acid reflux. So we ate at Local Roots restaurant, and I know legally you're not allowed to talk about them.
Well, it's my own rules.
Yeah. Which is fine. And this is like,
They got
honestly,
the food truck's got a good burger.
yeah,
and fries.
So detach the name aggressively medium with what I'm about to say
And my name
and Lee's name.
and every name
anything
attached
else.
to me.
This is just Joshua Julian's
and
own personal thought.
Margaret Julian and,
Margaret
Jason Julian.
Well,
and he'd eat
he
carpet.
didn't care that much.
Yeah.
But so I went, and at first we were very excited because we love Local Roots food on their food truck.
Mm-hmm.
The burger is in the top 2 burgers in Tuscaloosa for us.
It's a stretch, but yeah.
Avenue Pub and them are really close. They got a similar burger, similar taste.
All right.
So we love those 2 burgers.
My wife loves the food truck.
It's a great food truck.
They got a mean salad, I believe, that she likes.
Oh, I don't even know about
I
that.
don't know. Yeah.
I'm not a rabbit.
I believe it's a grilled chicken salad. She'll eat it all the time.
Yeah,
if she
I
could.
think so. Here's a little rabbit trail. I think that eating vegetables is animal cruelty because we're stealing their food away from them.
It's true. It's a slap in the face. To animals.
It's a slap in the face. Yeah, and so I don't eat salads because I'm not with animal cruelty.
Yeah.
I'm not down with it.
Yeah. I didn't
But
climb.
I'll
to
eat
the-
a cow.
I didn't climb to the top of the food chain to eat grass.
I didn't climb to the top of the food chain personally, but
Well, we did.
I'm still
as
not
a-
going to eat grass.
as a
I get what you're saying.
species.
Yeah.
We did.
So we go to Local Roots. Really cool vibe. Really cool restaurant. I like the inside.
Brand
of it.
new.
Brand spanking new.
They opened like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Or a week ago.
Yeah. And so we're standing there, and I'm looking over the menu, thinking, "Well, this is going to be fantastic." Like all these things on this menu, I'm down with. And I was really hard pressed between the burger or the chicken sandwich, but I was like, I know what the burger tastes like, so I'm gonna get the chicken sandwich. It's got this sriracha aioli and some house made pickles and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I ate my first bite of the chicken sandwich, and I was like, I expected more. So I ate the bun. The bun was delicious. No, hold on. Stick with me. The bun was delicious. Ate a pickle. Pickle's delicious. Had a little bit of the aioli on a French fry. Delicious. Chicken tasted like lunchroom chicken patty. I was severely disappointed.
What kind of breading did it have on it?
It was like a similar
Was it
similar
the
breading.
Was it the like
No, it's not
gritty
the super
breading, or was
gritty
it like
breading.
the?
But it was like this thin too. The chicken was pretty thin, and I was disappointed because I was like, and it might have been because I put it so high,
You
like
went
I
in
was
with some
so
high
excited about it.
expectations. Yeah.
But so I detached myself from that, and I gave Meg a piece, and I said, "Hey, what do you think?" And she ate. I just gave her a piece of the chicken because if you have the whole thing,
Well,
it's
you'd already
not
eaten the bread.
huh?
You'd already eaten all the bread and pickles.
I didn't
off of
eat
it.
all the bread. I just took a bite of the bread.
Okay.
But anyways, so if you have all the ingredients together, it's a medium grade chicken sandwich.
Dang.
But if you eat the chicken by itself, it's low grade.
Oh.
And so I just gave her a piece of the chicken. I said, "Hey, try it. What do you think?" She felt the same way. And then after we started talking about it, I said, "Well, let me taste a bite of your burger because I want to see like if the consistency is there." And so I bit into the burger, and it wasn't a bad burger by any means.
What number 2?
It wasn't number 2. It did not taste like the food truck. And in my head, and this is what I talked about with Who's Q, if I go to one location and I go to the second location, I expect to taste the same food.
I understand.
So if I go to McDonald's and I order a double quarter pounder with cheese in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, I go to New York and I order that same meal, I expect to taste the same burger because I'm going to your restaurant because I know the taste, I know the quality,
I like it.
and I like it. And so when I ate the burger, I was very disappointed in the burger as well because it wasn't consistent. And that's devoid of, because I love the food truck. So it's not like I went into it with, just wanting to dog them out or anything like that. But like, we were disappointed in the food. Service was good. People were friendly.
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper was good.
That's good.
The fries were good. The fries tasted like the food truck, which is what we expected out of the rest of the food.
Meg didn't say that.
Huh?
She didn't like the fries.
She didn't like the fries?
That's what she said.
The fries to me tasted just like the
She
food
said they were a
truck.
little mushy.
They were a little mushy.
Okay.
But other than that, they were still that home style fry,
Yeah.
whatever. And so,
It's got the skin on the end.
yeah.
I like it.
I was bummed out after eating it. So I don't know.
And again, I don't have anything to say.
Yeah. Well, you haven't tried it or tasted it or anything.
Good luck
so-
to them.
Yeah, honestly, and this was one thing that me and Meg talked about too, is maybe during their first week, they got to get some stuff figured out. Maybe their chicken breast that they use was on back order from Cisco or something, so they had to get the lunchroom food and use it. But
not a good start.
not a good, first impressions are a lot.
Yeah.
I'm willing to go back and try it again after a few months just to see if they've got the kinks worked out and all that stuff.
That's good.
But as of right now,
Man.
I was
a bold
disappointed.
statement.
I would go to the food truck tomorrow, but I probably wouldn't go back to the restaurant.
All right.
So
But it didn't kill you.
it didn't kill me. I just wasn't a fan.
Okay. Speaking of not killing you, we're getting better at these. The transitions. I've been at the beach. We were at the beach for 8 days in Pensacola, Florida. It was really nice. The room was super nice. The beach was nice.
Yeah.
Went with Anna's family. It was great. Had a blast. Thank y'all for taking us. Chip and Lori and Marta, her sister. But there's a lot of downtime.
Oh yeah.
Not having to work or deal with stuff. It's hot where I'm going to the room,
Yeah.
sit in front of a fan. So I got down a rabbit trail of, because gosh, if we had $1 for every time we've heard somebody talking about the deaths associated with COVID, I'd be swimming in it. So I looked up weird death statistics. So some of the I jotted down some that I wanted to read. It'll make you think. Some of it will.
Okay.
And I wanted to bring some to you and see if you could guess the amount of deaths associated with a certain thing. Did you know? So this is some of them, and it's a long list. I won't read them all, but do you know 1,000 people a year die from autoerotic asphyxiation?
Yeah. Which, if you don't know what autoerotic asphyxiation
I'll let Josh
is,
tell you.
some people in this world enjoy to be choked or strangled
During pleasure.
during sexual pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
And you can kill somebody by strangling them.
Yeah.
So
1,000 people a year die from it.
1,000 people a year die from.
And that's the ones that at the hospital said it was autoerotic asphyxiation.
That's
It's
not the
probably
ones
10
that were
times
just-
that
yeah.
number.
Yeah.
You could add half of the strangling.
Which, and so this is, would that be considered manslaughter or murder?
Accidental death is manslaughter.
Yeah. Dang.
Dang.
Oof. Talk about a bad day.
Yeah.
A bad day.
You having a grand old time, and now
and then
you're in the
not
slammer.
at
You're in the
all.
hospital
Yeah.
with the person, and then you're in the slammer.
Yeah.
Dang.
1,000 people have to deal with that every year.
At least.
Dang.
How many people do you think every year get crushed by a vending machine?
Oh, probably 100.
Nah, it's only 13.
Oh, dang it.
But still.
Yeah.
Have you ever rocked a vending machine like that to
I-
get your thing out?
I've beat on it, but I've never rocked it because I know that they can fall on you.
Man, it'll
and so I
crush
don't
you.
do that.
Are they that heavy?
They're pretty heavy.
To crush you?
Yep.
13 people do.
Well, and think about this too. Like if somebody's in like a back alley with a vending machine and they're trying to get their drink out, but it won't give it to them, and then it falls over on top of them, and they can't get it off of them. Eventually, you just get tired of holding it, or get
Either
tired
it
of
crushes you from the get-go or you
yeah,
smother.
yeah. I could believe it.
It's like a old school like rock trap for animals where you pull, you put the food under it and they hit the stick.
Yeah. Same thing.
13 people a year. Do you know that 20,000 people a year just in the United States die from vigorous exercise overexertion?
That's why I don't work out.
Yeah. Yeah. That's dangerous.
I ain't trying to die. 20,000 people?
Yeah.
How many people died from COVID?
Who you asking?
That's true.
Yeah.
Exercise might be deadlier than COVID.
You might know this one.
Uh-huh.
Fireworks killing folks every year.
Oh, 8?
Yeah, it's 8. I told you.
Yeah.
that already.
Yeah. I had to remember what number you said
Yeah.
before this, though.
A dozen people die falling into the Grand Canyon every year.
Yeah. People are dumb.
Yep.
I've said that.
Take the
100
guardrails
times.
down too.
Yeah.
If you gonna fall over,
There's a comedian, I think it's Nick Swartzen or somebody like that, says, like, if you are dumb enough to walk off the edge of the Grand Canyon without there being guardrails, then you didn't deserve to live anyway.
and I don't need your kids running around.
Yeah, exactly. You can reproduce
Yep.
with that kind of brain cells.
634 people die from being tasered.
Do you think Riley would
Fall
walk
off the Grand Canyon?
Canyon?
If he wasn't paying attention, for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
Love you, Riley.
Yeah, man. That's fun. How many people do you think every year die in collapsed buildings?
Gosh.
Now, this is the average,
Yeah.
because some years it's more than others.
250?
2,600.
God. Well, I mean, if it's a big building,
Yeah, that's true.
I just didn't know there was that many buildings falling down.
They fall.
All over
Most
the
of
place.
it's in other countries.
Well, I would imagine so, but even then, I mean, I just,
Yeah. 24 people. This is the average. 24 people a year die when their chute doesn't open. When they
parachuting.
parachute out of
Yeah.
You know, you can go
24.
do that in Birmingham for $100.
You can do it in Coleman for less than that. I think you do it 75
That's
in Coleman.
half of them 24 probably.
That's the problem.
That's too many people dying. I ain't jumping out of an airplane.
24. Well, that's one of my biggest fears is
Fall into your death
fall
from an
into my
airplane.
death. Fall into my death. Period.
Oh yeah, Grand Canyon
Grand
building.
Canyon, anywhere, and so I am very sketched out about.
You won't go skydiving?
I probably would. It wouldn't take a lot of convincing. I would do it, but I wouldn't be
Nah.
super stoked about it. And the whole time, I'd be thinking I'm going to die.
If y'all ever hear,
And you would have to push me out.
yeah,
I would be the guy. I'm strapped to the other guy because you've got to be strapped to
the
somebody.
first
else.
time,
Well, up until you got to get so many hours.
Right.
But anyways, I'd be the guy that I'm strapped in, and that guy's got to jump out of the plane and pretty much essentially
how it-
tackle me out the door.
that's how it goes. The first time,
'Cause-
probably usually.
There's nothing in your brain that goes.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Josh. If you ever hear about me dying from skydiving, there's some foul play involved.
you weren't skydiving.
I didn't. Yeah,
You were on a commercial
I didn't have
airliner.
I didn't have a
and then somebody
parachute to begin
kicked
with.
You out. Yeah.
Yeah, nope.
You're spewing
This one
too
is-
much misinformation for Facebook's liking.
Yeah,
so.
God, this was surprising to me. How many people in the U.S. do you think die from snake bites?
150.
5.
Really?
Yep. We got that anti-venom on
That-
lock.
Well, yeah, I guess so. That's my other biggest fear. Snakes. I hate snakes.
Bring them on.
I can't touch a snake, man.
Bring a snake on.
Oof. I guess if you was building buildings with like cat litter and just making your own concrete out of cat litter and
Rocks.
rocks and
dirt.
water,
Yeah.
I could
you
believe
make
that your
concrete out of that?
skyscraper. I don't know. I'm sure they figure it out.
How many people do you think worldwide die from snake bites every year?
150.
50,000.
Oh wow.
We must be hoarding that anti-venom.
Well, you got
I said the
India,
world.
yeah, Africa, places where it's super remote, the Indies,
South
the Indies,
South America.
yeah.
They got all them vipers and stuff. And
Yeah,
no anti-venom.
you're out in the middle of the bush in Australia, backcountry, 100,000 miles away from some anti-venom.
in the 21st century.
Mm-hmm.
So just these 20 years, how many people in the world, just in the U.S., do you think have died from overexposure from the sun in the past 20 years?
300,000.
658.
I was off by half.
Half of half.
Oh,
of half.
just 658.
Yeah.
Not 658,000.
No, 658.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So y'all can keep your sunscreen.
Well, and sharks is only like 4 a year,
I think
right?
it's 6.
6 a year.
6 a year.
Which is completely different from what I would think.
Yeah.
What you would think, the way that people talk about sharks and all, which sharks don't want to eat people anyway. We're too chewy.
Yep. Every day, 6 people die from alcohol poisoning in the U.S.
Believe that. I
every
can believe
day.
that. Yeah, I can believe that.
Yeah.
100%.
You ever been around alcohol poisoning?
Absolutely.
I've been at a party where somebody had it.
I've been around alcohol poisoning about once a month.
Oh, that's true. You're pretty,
So,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
if you're at the station on campus, it's more than that. But
Yeah. Dang. How many people die a year from contaminated food in the U.S.?
eating at Local Roots today, I can believe that
I didn't say that.
every day or every year?
Every year
Every year.
in the U.S.
758.
3,000.
Dang it.
It's a
I'm
bunch of
way
folks.
off on numbers.
It's a bunch of folks.
Yeah. E. coli. Well, whenever we have all those outbreaks and stuff like that, I guess that is contributing to those numbers.
Yeah. 3.5 million people die every year from diabetes globally.
Believe
It's a
that.
bunch of folks. Hypothermia kills about 130 a year
I would expect it to be more, honestly.
in America.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Sorry. Yep. Average skateboard related deaths in I guess this is the world. It doesn't say specifically.
5.
28. A year.
You hit your head on the concrete hard enough without a helmet.
And it goes on to say only about 3 are from skitching,
Skitching.
where you hold onto the back of a car
Oh,
or
yeah.
something and then let go,
So 25 roughly, or
or from falling.
yeah, just hitting your head on the concrete without a helmet.
Yeah. Or running out in traffic.
That's why you don't
Get off them boards.
get out unless you get a helmet on. Don't hit your head.
400 people die every year from being electrocuted in the United States.
400.
400 a year.
I would have thought higher.
Yep.
As many DIYers as there are right now.
Yep.
That number's going up this year for sure.
Mosquitoes kill 1 million people a year.
Oh, malaria.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rabid
Panama.
dogs. This is global.
Rabbit dogs.
Rabid dogs
Rabbit dogs.
that have rabies, not rabbit dogs.
Are rabies what you would call a rabbit dog's offspring?
Nope.
Rabies?
Nope. Rabies.
Rabbit dogs.
It's where you have
Do
Michael
they
Scott.
jump really high?
Michael Scott was against it.
Rabbit dogs jump
In the
really high, or
office.
they have big ears?
It ain't a T at the end. It's D. Rabid.
Rabbit.
They have rabies.
Rabbidids.
Rabbits.
Okay.
They kill 25,000 people a year. From granted, I guess that's rabies kills 25,000.
Yeah.
Or from dogs that have rabies.
Yeah.
Because raccoons, possums, they all have rabies and they kill folks too.
Mm-hmm.
The disease,
So we kill 25,000 dogs a year.
that's globally. They probably don't kill them dogs.
Oh, that's true.
Might eat
We kill them here though. If
Oh,
your
yeah.
dog has rabbits.
Oh, if a dog has rabbits, you kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only a few more.
Okay.
Crocodiles kill 1,000 people a year. Sharks kill 6.
Yeah. Crocodiles are mean.
Yeah.
And
They're
there's a lot-
dinosaurs.
Yeah. They're probably like, mofo, I was around T-Rexes and you think,
Yeah. I've made it since the Cretaceous.
yeah.
You think I ain't gonna chomp somebody's leg off and let them bleed out?
Oh,
They got that death roll too. That's crazy. Where they grab a hold of your arm
Yeah.
and spin.
do crocodiles and alligators both do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Alligators hardly don't kill anybody. It's crocodiles.
Crocodiles are mean.
So there's not a lot of crocodilian deaths
Well,
in
there's
the
not a lot of
US.
crocodiles in the U.S.
There are none like natural.
Yeah.
We got gators.
Gators.
Few more. 2 more.
Okay.
Freshwater snails.
From eating them?
I don't know. I didn't get that far into it.
2?
10,000. They must have some poison in them.
I'm,
Like a rockfish has poison in it, and it'll kill you almost
yeah, but do you
immediately.
think 10,000 people are stepping on rockfish?
Look, I saw this on multiple websites. This same number. Fatal freshwater snails. They kill 10,000 people a year.
I don't even understand that.
Maybe you step on one and crunch its shell, and you cut your foot on its shell. Or it's
eating
got to be
them?
eating them, and it's got some toxin in it that you ain't supposed to eat.
Surely.
Got to be. Kills 10,000 folks. Humans. How many homicides do you think there are a year globally?
Globally or in the U.S.?
Globally.
600,000.
is 500,000 a year.
500.
500,000 people die from other people,
Other people
intentionally killing them.
Autoerotic asphyxiation
Is not a part of that. That's accidental. Homicide is murder. I am planning to kill you. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 500,000.
Yeah. Dang.
And then we said sharks. It's only 6.
Dang.
Sharks need a better PR campaign.
Seriously. Because from Shark
I'm
Week every
terrified
week,
of sharks.
And I've seen somebody die from a shark attack. So I saw that 1 out of 6 that year.
That's crazy.
Straight up ate her whole leg off.
You've got a better chance of seeing like a asteroid flying by than seeing somebody get killed by a
Yeah,
shark.
those come around quite often, actually. So,
But actually seeing one,
yeah.
it's more than 6.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
way more than 6.
so that was just I got down a weird hole at the beach looking
Yeah.
at this stuff,
And I'll tell you, so,
and I just want you guys to learn.
yeah.
We're teachers here.
I got down a weird rabbit hole the other day on
I'm sure you
it was
did.
Facebook or something, and the title was something about Democrats are whitewashing everything, and I was like, okay, crazy Uncle Steve or whoever
Yeah.
was posting it. I was like, come on,
Oh, Greg out in the woods.
yeah, Greg living in the woods has 15 cow and 30 dogs.
Got him a
and
compound.
Got a raccoon and squirrel, pet
rabbit?
squirrel.
Squirrel.
He's got a rabbit squirrel. He does.
Dang.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. But so at first I was like, this is dumb. But I was like, I'm still going to look at it because I'm bored.
Yeah,
And
that's how it always goes.
it kind of started making a little sense.
Oh, it definitely makes sense.
Like they're saying, let's get rid of, we got to get rid of Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben's rice is gone.
Yeah, got to get rid of Aunt Jemima. Got to get rid of Washington Redskins. Got to get rid of Kansas City Chiefs. Got to get rid of all these different anything that is a minority. Essentially,
The thought behind it is that it's racist, right?
yeah, it's racist to have a character
A rice
of
company using Uncle Ben,
yeah,
who's a
Which,
black guy.
At the end of the day, when all of those characters are gone, who's left?
Just white folks.
The white characters.
Yeah.
Captain Crunch is still there. Mm-hmm. Quaker Oats guy is still
Trix
there.
Rabbit.
Huh?
The Trix Rabbit.
Trix Rabbit. He's white.
Very white.
Count Chocula. He's probably like Portuguese or something.
But he's like Eastern European,
yeah,
though.
he's still white though.
He's whiter
Yeah.
than black. Or
Exactly.
Asian or anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Are we gonna change names too? Like Top Ramen Noodles? We'll have to change it to like gross styrofoam cheap noodle company.
what about would you have to change like specific names that are
That's what
super
I'm-
white? Like
That's what I'm asking.
Tony the Tiger couldn't be Tony. He would have to be some
Stewart the Tiger?
Stewart
or like a
the
real
Tiger.
white name?
No, that was I was assuming that was a white name.
Well, but you said
Tony.
we're whitewashing, so we got to get rid of anything
yeah.
that could possibly be a black person's name too.
Yeah.
So,
Aunt Jemima's can't be Aunt
oh,
Jemima's.
she's gone.
yeah.
Buttersworth, Mrs. Buttersworth.
Yeah, the look of Mrs. Butterworth is gone.
Which
but,
that's why I buy Miss Buttersworth.
so you
We
can
don't
look at
buy a
them
bunch of
curves.
syrup. It's a bottle of a human. It's
Yeah.
cool.
It is cool.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. Yeah. And I think that Mrs. Butterworth is the best syrup there. Out of all the ones that you can buy at the store, I think that's one of the better ones.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I have no idea.
Well, it's got butter inside of it, and so that's
Well,
why
that's
I like
cool.
it.
If we buy syrup, which God, I couldn't tell you the last time we bought syrup. I'm buying the store brand. To be honest with you,
There's not many things that I'm like, hey, I have to have this, but I'm not a big fan of off-brand syrup. Not a big fan of off-brand. Was something else I was just thinking.
Ketchup.
Steak sauce.
yeah,
I gotta have A1.
okay. I'm a Heinz 57 guy, but
That's fine.
it's all good. I'm not getting the
Great
the-
value steak sauce.
No
Yeah, but so
sodas. We did that. Store sodas.
Yeah.
But if you get into like Czech and Dr. Thunder and all that stuff,
well, Sam's Cola and Coke were right neck and neck. With
well, they're
each,
the
or
same.
was it? It was RC,
Well, RC's
RC and
different.
Pepsi.
RC is its own company. It's not a store brand.
Yeah, but RC and Pepsi were neck and neck. If you haven't watched that video, we did a Coke Wars video.
It's on our YouTube.
Cola Wars, where we went and we blind taste tested every single cola that we could get our hands on
And
at the time.
we said the exact same thing, but we were wrong on
On the ones that we were wrong on.
we got 3 out of 5 right.
Yeah.
But we both had the exact same for all the sodas.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
But yeah, Pepsi and RC were practically the same drink. But anyways, so yeah, you go down this whole thing of, we got to get rid of this, we got to get rid of this. At some point, to me, it's more memorializing certain aspects of life and history than it is racism.
Right, because by that logic, if you say we've got to change Uncle Ben's rice to something else,
Yeah.
get the black guy off of it because that's racist, is to imply that the only people that some real racist backwoods idiot with a rebel flag on their truck and they really care about the South rising again.
Yeah.
They go into a store and specifically buy Uncle Ben's rice to make fun of Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
That doesn't even make sense.
Honestly, just off the cuff, if I walk into a store and you give me the option of Uncle Ben's with the older African American gentleman on the front, or you've got an older white lady on the box, I'm picking Uncle Ben.
He's been there. He
Well,
knows how to put some
even
rice
if he's
out.
been there, even if he's been there the white lady's been there for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Like you put what's her name? The old white lady who
From the oatmeal one?
no. The she's a cook. She got in trouble way back, like a couple years back. About
Oh, well, Paula Dean.
Paula Dean. You put Paula Dean next to the Dreamland guy
Yeah.
and say which one's
Who's
Don't it,
barbecue
I
sauce?
hadn't even ever tasted their food. We'll just say that. We'll just go, hey, you've never seen these two people in your life before. You put them pound for pound next to each other. I'm picking Dreamland
Yeah.
because he's seen some stuff.
Yeah. But
He can
and
make
it-
some
it's
food.
with the same logic, the same artificial racist person we created for this. You'd be like, do you watch the NFL? Like, I don't really care about professional football. Well, the team in Washington, D.C. has an Indian as their mascot. Well, shoot, I'm a Washington Redskins fan now. that Indian on that helmet.
Yeah. Nobody's thinking that.
Yeah,
Nobody's thinking that. Nobody's going through and just like, oh, well, I can't root for them because they're an Indian.
And for years now they've asked, like they've went to reservations and stuff and asked Native Americans. They're like, what? Sorry, like why would we give a rip what
Yeah.
that logo is?
There are some that are coming
There's
out.
always
There's
some.
some that are coming out now,
Well, now-
but at the same time, it's to me, you're doing away with more cultural icons than you are anything else. Like especially like Chiefs. Chiefs were like the highest.
Yeah, that was the king of the tribe.
Yeah. Essentially, that's the Kings,
Yeah.
the LA Kings.
And now what's Kansas City gonna be? The buffalo wings?
Because
The rib slab?
I guess they're going to be the
The rundown strip malls? Because that's all there is in Kansas City.
they're going to be the not Indians is what they're going
The
to be.
settlers?
The
The
settlers.
colonists? Because
Yeah.
that's just as bad.
The Columbuses.
Well, no, you ain't getting that in there. They don't even want us to
Yeah.
have Columbus Day anymore.
well,
Granted, Christopher Columbus
about to
did
say-
hand out blankets to Native Americans that were covered in anthrax on purpose.
yeah.
Not anthrax, like typhoid, all the diseases you always hear about that the
Oh,
colonists.
Fun Dip.
Sure,
Yeah.
they might have had it in like a Fun Dip packet,
Yeah.
and it was like anthrax or
Yeah.
something, or
Yeah.
or the flu. Because that's what they say is Columbus brought a bunch of disease and pillaged and did all.
Which he
Everybody's
did.
been pillaging since the beginning of time. There hadn't been a
Jesus didn't
group.
pillage.
Well, it depends on who you ask. But gosh, no, he didn't pillage. He didn't. Jesus didn't riot.
Oh man.
So
I want
I
to get
ca-
your take on this too.
All right, hurry up.
We talked about this last week. So there was a song that came out. It was his name is Toby
Mac?
Gwigwi. Riley said the same
Did
thing.
he really?
Yeah. So there's a song that came out on Facebook. It's like maybe a minute long song, and it's a play on words.
Toby McGuigui?
Yeah.
Is that his real name?
I
or
don't
can
know
you
how
just
to
not
say it. It's that. And Riley said the N is silent.
Wigwi.
Yeah. So
Toby Wigwi.
Toby Wigwi.
Is he from Africa?
I don't think so. I think he's an American artist. But the song says try Jesus,
Try him. Okay.
but don't try me because I fight.
Okay.
Like
I get.
people say like,
Don't try me.
Don't
I
try
get,
me.
no, I get it. I get
Don't
it.
try me.
I don't get the.
It's a
fluidity
play
of it.
on words, is what it
Yeah.
is, and I thought it was a clever play on words.
You liked it.
I liked it. It was don't try Jesus, or try Jesus, but don't try me because I'll put these hands on you, is essentially what parts of the song were. And I just thought it was a clever play on words. So I have this person that I followed on Facebook, and they commented on it.
Oh.
They did a long post. It says, on Sunday, Toby Wigwi released a song called Try Jesus, where he says, try Jesus, but don't try me because I fight. He also is
of
honest
that's-
about struggling with Jesus' command to turn the other cheek. While I get the honesty, I'm not here to judge his intentions. This gives off the impression that Jesus is soft and wouldn't even allow you to try him like that. Jesus is literally the last person you should try to go against.
That's not what he meant, was it,
None
though?
of us can match that kind of authority. He conquered death and he's coming back to rule with all power. Not really someone you should feel comfortable ever going against because he loves you and shows tenderness. Just because he loves you and shows tenderness. I believe we mix up Jesus' call to love and don't realize we've painted a picture of a passive Jesus. Jesus is the ultimate man and produces strong men because of this. Jesus told him to turn the other cheek because he taught us how to respond to offense. He never told us not to defend ourselves or our families. But to me, it's just like the funniest part of that is like, he's like, oh, you don't think Jesus is going to fight you? You don't think Jesus is going to punch you in the face? You don't want to fight Jesus. Jesus is the last person you want to fight. And it's like, dude, that's not even close to the meaning of the song.
Let me guess what that was supposed to be.
Uh-huh.
The try and try are not the same try.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Duh.
That's
a
the-
human
Yeah.
with a brain cell to
Because
spare.
people say, hey, you need to try Jesus.
which that's inaccurate, but
Yeah.
I get the sentiment.
yeah.
So give Jesus a try.
But don't try me.
But don't
Because I'll
fight
beat the
me.
snot out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't the same try.
It wasn't the same try.
It was like a tent and tent.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
10 and 10.
It
yeah.
all comes
2
full
episodes
circle
ago.
on this episode, on this show.
But yeah, it was just the funniest because it's like some guys making a play on words and then some Christians out there yelling, you better try and fight Jesus. You don't think Jesus is going to try and fight you?
Hey, whoop your A.
Yeah, he'd whoop your A. Don't talk about my daddy Jesus like that. Just,
Old 7-pound, 6-ounce Jesus. Strike you dead.
yeah. It's like,
So,
he
to-
rules with authority.
To that, old wigwam,
Yeah.
that's cool, but you need to read your audience because,
Well, it wasn't a Christian song.
oh, he's not?
No, he's not a Christian artist.
Oh, well, then that has nothing to do with anything then.
Yeah. He's just making a play on words.
Okay. If he was trying to like imply that like give Jesus a chance, but you catch these hands
Yeah.
if you mess with me, that's going to go over most people's heads because we've said it a million times. Half of the population is below average intelligence.
Well,
But if that's not what he was trying to do, then that's fine. It was a cool line or whatever.
yeah.
Inaccurate, but fine.
I thought it was and there was a lot of people that I saw that were posting the song and you know, there was a lot of people that were getting into it. And then you got this one idiot outside screaming.
Well, it ain't one.
It's not one, but like,
It's half.
anyways, you got
Yeah.
this guy on the outside just trying to make and we talk about people who are like the social justice warriors all the time. I have just as much of a problem with people like this as I do people like
that
that.
like Christian movies.
That yeah,
That guy probably has that scene from Face of the Giants
he plays it on repeat.
loop.
He had it on loop when he was writing that post out.
Had to.
Yeah. Like, you think Jesus can't
He's
get Brock
stronger
across the
than
end
Brock.
zone? Yeah. Jesus can get Brock across the end zone. He's going to he's going to kill you. Jesus will kill you. It was ridiculous.
And he wrote a long one and it was well thought out and still just ignorant.
Yeah.
You can be ignorant and intelligent.
Yeah.
That's the thing people don't get.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not talking about Mike.
Yeah.
You can be very intelligent and also extremely ignorant.
Yeah. Absolutely. Most of the time, that is why you're ignorant, is because you're extremely intelligent.
And you
Because you're
don't,
too smart for your own good. That's why I don't read much.
you don't want to become
I don't want to
intelligent and ignorant.
I don't want to become ignorant.
That should be the name of the podcast.
What?
Intelligently ignorant.
Intelligently ignorant.
Actually, we're the exact opposite of that. We're intelligent,
Yeah.
but I'm not dumb enough
We're
to just...
middle of the road intelligent. A little
smarter
bit
than that.
above.
Yep.
A little bit above medium.
I'm aggressively intelligent.
Yeah. Aggressively
You're
medium
medium
intelligent.
intelligent. It goes to the thing. Like if we
Nah.
ever put the logo up here when you have an arrow
Pointing at
pointing
you.
this way and the medium one pointing that way.
It's funny that people have made that correlation and it wasn't even close to our thought. On
Never crossed my mind. It's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good to be back, man.
Yeah. This is a
Good to be
week
back.
off.
8 days off.
Yeah. I'll have to show you how to hook all this stuff up just in case I'm on vacation 1 week. You can have
We'll just take
somebody
a
in
week
here.
break from it.
We'll just have a break that week.
Yeah, we'll just take a break.
Yeah, that's probably for the
Oh, I
best.
love it. Kurt, thank you.
Yeah, love you, man. Hey, anytime
We'll have you
wanna-
on. That's-
Anytime you want to come on, this is an open invitation, Matt Kirkpatrick.
The only caveat is you got to be here.
yeah, we're not doing
we ain't
Zoom.
zooming you in.
That's,
So,
when we first started talking about this podcast, it was right when COVID started,
yep.
and we were adamantly opposed. We were like, we're not even going to do it if we got to Zoom each other.
No.
So
Nope.
you
We'll
got to
just,
be in person, Kurt.
yep.
And
So
we'll work around
find
your
you
schedule.
8-9 hours worth of free time.
Yeah, because
3 for the drive here, a couple hours to do it,
Yeah,
3
I
hours
wouldn't
back.
be opposed to meeting somewhere.
Yeah, we can bring this stuff. It ain't much.
Yeah,
Bring
it's
it to a
not-
Motel
We've already
6.
done it to the beach.
You can. There's plenty of hotels around that
In
are
the
still by the
Shoals-
hour.
In the Shoals, there's
You can rent 'em
recording
by the hour.
studios.
Well, we don't need to do all that, but,
But I mean,
could
could maybe.
might could.
But yeah, open invitation, Kurt.
Yeah.
You
Everybody
trash
else,
us,
hit us up. Keep reviewing us.
Yeah, keep
giving us
reviewing.
likes, views,
subscribe, like
subscribe.
all the fun stuff, comment.
If
give
there's
us any
something we hadn't
feedback.
talked about, let us know.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it
We're still waiting on that one person that gave us a 1-star review to come back and say something.
to show themselves.
Well, not to show themselves.
I
just
need to know
say-
who you are.
Just to say why.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I want. I just want give us
We
constructive
both
criticism.
assume it's because we're too intelligent for you to understand.
I assume that it's somebody that we've talked about
Might be Uncle Ben.
on the podcast and they didn't enjoy the way we talked about them.
That doesn't happen much.
It happens about once an episode.
Oh,
we
well.
talk about somebody.
Who are you?
Who are you? Show yourself.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Put
we
your name
appreciate
on it.
y'all for
Yeah.
listening.
Yeah.
Check back next Friday for a new episode of Aggressively
It'll be
Medium
number 22.
Podcast, number 22. We're almost able to get a hotel room on our own
It's a sign for a hotel room.
to sign for a hotel room.
Couple more
if,
weeks.
if weeks were years.
And a podcast was a person.
Yeah. But anyways, we appreciate it.
Yeah, guys.
Check us out at Aggressively Medium Podcast.
Aggressively Medium Pod on Instagram
Yeah.
and YouTube. And that's it, right?
That's it.
We're on iTunes. We're on
iTunes,
Spotify,
YouTube,
YouTube.
TuneIn.
TuneIn.
We're on TuneIn because Tesla has a TuneIn app. That's how I wanted to
Ayo.
listen to
Yep.
our podcast. So
You can find us if you want to find us.
yeah, if there's any service that you want us on that we're not on, let us know and we'll try and make that happen too.
Yeah.
If it makes it easier for you to listen to it, we're all for it.
It's about as easy as it gets now, though. But yeah.
pretty easy. Yeah.
Cool.
All right. We'll see
All right,
y'all
guys.
next time.
See y'all later.